The Minnesota Timberwolves have had a rocky history, and it seems like their future may just be a little brighter than people think. They have the assets, and next season, I think that they could potentially be a threat for the future. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Drop a like on this video. It really helps the channel grow, and it takes less than a second. And lastly, let me know what you guys think about this video and about the Timberwolves and the future of the NBA in the comment section below. But let's get straight into this video because I have a feeling it's going to be a good one. Alright guys, so we are back, and if you guys missed the last video, I talked about the Spurs, and I can admit that some of the Spurs fans were not that happy with my opinion, which is totally fine because, as always, I always want to start a discussion in the comment section below. That's the whole goal of all of these videos. But today, as I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about the Timberwolves and just how good they can be. As I stated before, they've had a rocky history. I mean, from drafting KG, him turning into the MVP, losing him to Boston, drafting Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio over Steph Curry, getting Kevin Love, and then losing him too. And then fast forwarding to the Cat and the underwhelming Wiggins duo, which is now the Cat and D-Lo duo, which I think has the potential to be nasty, like really looking good out here. This year, the Timberwolves were not good at all. I mean, they finished out their season with a record of 19-45, which is completely terrible. They only had Cat for about 35 games, and they only had D-Lo for 12 games, and they actually barely even played together. I think D-Lo is gonna fit a whole lot better with Cat than Wiggins ever did. Looking at this roster, the Timberwolves now have two stars, Karl-Anthony Towns, who's one of the top 15 players in the league, and DAngelo Russell, who to me is around top 40 to top 30, somewhere around that range. Now last season, Cat averaged nearly 27 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 4 assists per game while shooting 51% from the field and 41% from the three. To me, Cat is one of the most talented offensive centers in the league. He's actually the best to me. His lack of success really comes from this team just being not stable at all and not pairing him with players that fit him at all. I've always said that teams cannot win a championship, especially in the modern era with the center as a best player, but I really think that Towns is someone who can possibly do that because look, he dominates offensively, like literally takes over games offensively and no one can stop. He can handle the ball. He can pull up from anywhere on the court, and that's gonna always make him a legitimate threat. He's also 7 foot tall, and I know that since Jimmy Butler left, somehow Towns got this soft label, which to me is a little bit ridiculous because yeah, I understand that there's questions about his defense, but it's not that bad. He's actually a decent defender, and when you have no offensive help, yeah, naturally you're gonna struggle defensively as well. That's always going to happen, especially when you are carrying the offensive workload. Now, when talking about DAngelo Russell, this past season, he only played in 12 games for the Timberwolves, and he was also dealing with a quad injury as well. He actually put up 22 points per game and 7 assists while on the Timberwolves roster. I think that D-Lo would actually be a great number 2 for Towns, first off because they actually like each other and they're actually pretty good friends, and he was also an all-star last season with the Brooklyn Nets, and I really think that he strives in the pick and roll offense, which is pretty obvious, which I think that him and Towns doing would be a legitimate problem for the NBA. He's also a great playmaker. He's really good at creating his own shot, and I think that we all know that he's a big shot maker, which has been proven time and time again. The rest of this team is also looking good as well because obviously we traded for D-Lo during the trade deadline, but the Wolves also made 100 other trades and brought in Malik Beasley from the Denver Nuggets, and I think that they also have a lot of solid young pieces as far as Jarrett Culver and Josh Okogie. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was somebody who was hoping that last season during the NBA draft, they took Cam Reddish. And Jarrett Culver, I watched him play since his freshman year of college, like every single game. And I was like, you guys need to take Cam because even though Culver could obviously have a higher floor, I am somebody who I always take somebody with a higher ceiling. I always do because what if they reach that ceiling? Reddish is gonna be a better player, but I still think that Culver could still be a really good role player on this team. He's somebody that I think that plays well on a winning team. So once this team has a legitimate system, I think that Jarrett Culver is really gonna come up and really show his impact. Now, when looking at the future of this team, let's talk about Ryan Saunders because I'm just not so sure about him. Players obviously like Ryan, but I really think that they need a really good development coach. And you know, there's a guy out there who actually helped D'Lo become an all-star last season, Kenny Atkinson. He is great at developing young talent and putting a discipline in place and helping them, you know, win games. And I think that he works out great for Minnesota, that he would be great if Minnesota landed him. Like I said, Ryan as well. Players like him. He's awesome, but I just don't think that he's ready to actually be the head coach. But if there's a possible way for them to get him back as maybe an assistant, I'm not sure if he takes it because that is low-key a demotion, but that would be awesome because I feel like all those guys have a really good relationship with Ryan Saunders. So just moving on to the offseason, we don't have our 2021 pick, which means that we need to be really good next season or so bad that we get a top 3 pick and get that draft pick back to get Jalen Green or Cade or Evan Mobley or somebody like that. But with that said, I think that for this year's draft, this team should focus on the players that I mentioned in literally every video if you don't watch it. Lamelo Ball, James Wiseman, and Anthony Edwards. However, I wouldn't mind them also looking at Killian Hayes, Danny Avdija, and some of those guys if they fall out of the top 3. But I think that all these guys can really help this team a lot. I mean, literally all of them except for Wiseman bring playmaking and spacing the floor, and also could provide this team with a really deep backcourt because look, I think LaMelo and D'Lo could actually work. I think that D'Lo and Edwards could also work. I mean, the Wiseman fit is kind of interesting because that means that Cat plays power forward, which he low-key can, and that would make the front court, to me, potentially unstoppable. I mean, Wiseman projects as being a really good defender, and then having an offensive juggernaut like Towns, who is a 7-footer who can space the floor, that'd be mad interesting if you ask me. And also looking at free agency, this team needs to bring back Beasley because he was great this season. He actually had a burner. And they also need to look to add great defenders and shooters to this team because there's me plenty of options. And maybe even, you know, check on Devin Booker. You never know what's out there. You guys already know that D-Book wants to join his friends D'Lo and Towns. I'm not sure if that happens, but you know, that's not insane to actually think about because look, I know that D'Lo hit the game winner yesterday, but if the Suns consistently are not winning and he's not feeling it there, he could actually force his way to Minnesota. I don't think that that's impossible, especially with them having a high draft pick this season. That's actually really possible. It just really depends. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna happen, but I'm also gonna say that there's no chance of it happening because literally this is the NBA where crazy trades happen all the time. But that's where I'm gonna end the video, you guys. I really want to hear what you guys think about the Timberwolves and just how good you guys think they can actually be. I mean, looking at the pieces on this team could be really, really good. But anyways, guys, like I said before, let me know what you guys think about this video and what do you guys think about the Timberwolves. Like I said, I look forward to reading all of y'all's comments. It's always fun interacting with all of you guys. It's really, really fun. Make sure to go ahead and like up this video. Go ahead and subscribe and let me know what you guys think about the Cat D'Lo duo and how good they could possibly be next season. And also, what seed do you guys think they can actually get? I think that maybe the 7 seed is definitely a possibility, and I really think that if this team stays healthy, I think that that's a safe pick. That's just what I'm saying. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys thought about this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I am out. Peace, y'all.